Okay, so JavaScript, what is this one? Uh, okay, just I will start with the object only no issues. So what is an object? So object is a real world entity which is having the states and behavior. What is the state of the object? The person object is there. Here it is the state is the first name, last name, age, eye color. This is a state. Behavior of the person what? So get, talk, walk or anything like that. Okay, so we have created a person object. So new first dot person name job. So you can create like this also by, or else you can create using a new operator also. And we are using a JS objects are mutable. Mutable, it is a changeable. So there are the three ways you can define the object. So you already know this one, how to do this one. So this is the key pair value, and this is using the new operator. Whenever the new operator is came, then you can say this is an object. Whenever a flower bracket is came, more than one value, that is an object. Whenever the square bracket is came, that is an array. Okay, so this is all we are going to be. We already studied about. Then what is the objects method? So what is this? In JavaScript, this is the keyword refers to an object. Okay, which object depends on the this is being invoked. So this keyword refers to the different object depending on how it is used. Okay, so now JavaScript methods. Object name, method name. So what is object name? Might be a person name is the object name. What is a method name? Get name, get information or something like that. So name, person, person is an object, full name. Full name is what? So getting the function name. So this is how it will work. So how to display the object? So displaying an object is how to do. So object name and a property name. So name is a property name. To access the object name, document get it by ID in HTML. Okay, so this is the how to get an display the object. Object as a accessor. So getter. So what is the getter? So getter is the example uses a lang property to get the value from the language. So the lang method it is going to be getting the value of a language. What is a language? So en is a language. What is a this? This is an object refers to a person object. What is a return? It is going to be return the value. So whatever the value is written that is given to here. Okay. So this is a get and set is there. So iterable. What is iterable? We already seen here. So let text equal to constant x of name. What is the name? Stream IO. So it will coming one by one. So it will complete for the loop and it will coming the output. So this is called a what is JavaScript loops. So next we are going for the function. What is the function? Function is a piece of a code. It is to perform a specific task. How? What is the how we are going to be displayed using the function name and the parameters. So here our code will be executed. What code it will be? It might be anything. Okay, let's I will create an example function. So calculator function name will be calculator. I am passing a comma b. So if I do return a plus b means that is the addition of two number. Return a minus b means subtraction from a b from a, and a multiplication return a star b, and for division a bar return a bar b. So this is how we are going to be discussing working the function constructor. So what is a function constructor? So we have created an object of a function. My function is an object of a type function and having a two parameters and return a star b. So that's why this is the function constructor we can see. The my function it is going to be called with a parameter a is replaced with the 4, 3 is replaced with the b and return a star b. So return 4 into 3 that is a 12. So that 12 is assigned to the x. Okay, the function hoisting. So you can ignore this one. Okay, self invoking function means what? Instead of calling, so see there is a I called a function. I defined a function. I'm not calling. So if I'm not calling means how to call? That is calling with the self call. So this is called a function. So function and object we already seen. So just if you want, you can go through one more time. So all the things you have to understand. If any doubts, so let me know. So next is the JavaScript classes. So this is now so important. Okay, so you might see the something Java or something with other programming languages. You have seen the classes. So what is a class? So the class is a container of an object and the methods. So whereas object is what is an object? Object contains the states and behavior, and the class contains the objects and behavior. Okay. So when we create a class in the JavaScript, so automatically constructor will be created. Okay, use the keyword of class to create. Yes, the keyword class I have to create, use to create a class. So this is the class name. Always add a method name constructor. So we need to add a constructor method. Example, car is there. The constructor name year. This dot name equal to name. This dot year equals to year. So what is the car? The car is in a class. What is a constructor? It is in a constructor method. So it is passing the two methods, name, sorry, parameter name and year. So this dot name is a local. So this car properties and this names are we have passed through the function calling. Okay. And let going to be create an example. So I created a class and created a constructor. Okay, then let car equal to new car. So I'm going to be called like this. Okay. So how to do? First, I want to create a one class. Okay, so I will open a file. See why it is taking so much time is so I have initiated some of the built-in libraries. So that's why it is the D stream just JS. Select the folder. Let's close this one. Okay, so now I want to create a example. That is the 21st index 21st dot html. Sorry. Right click, rename index 21 dot html. At the doc. Index 21 is not created. So let wait because it is reinitiating this one. Okay. So all the libraries, what libraries I added a Thunder client that is a Thunder client in mobile view, and this is a Tabman AI. So this is some extensions I added. So that's why it is taking this time. Okay, so now we will understand. So we know how to create a class. So that is over. And the constructor we have called and a name and year. So this dot name is so this is the car name. This dot year equal to this is the car name. So then what is the name? What is the difference between this name and this name? So this dot name is that belongs to here and this dot here is from here. The name is what you are going to be passed in the constructor calling. Okay, let's go with the example. Okay, it is created. Let's go close this one. Let minimize for DOC. So it is going to be create a file. So H2 the JavaScript. So class. Okay. So first, what I want to do, I want to create the class name. A script I have opened. Then what we have to define? So we have to define the class name. So what is the class we are going to be created? The car class. So the class car open close brace constructor uh, name comma year, sorry, year open close brace, this dot name equals to name, and this uh, dot model. Model or year. Sorry, here we have year. I cheated with year. Year and year. So this is the class we have created. Then we need to call the a constructor. How to call the constructor? Let my car equals to new of car. So name will be Audi and year will be 2022. Okay. So then document dot get element by id of demo dot inner html equals to my car. So this is the output. So when let's run it, right click, open it the live server. So how the program will be executed? When the program will be executed, so it has to be show the output. So here output is not showing here because so id attribute I need to define. So that's why I want to go here h1 hash demo. Save it, run it. So still it is not showing. What is the error? Control Shift I, go to the thought. So line number 23. So what is the mistake we have done? So everything is correct only. Okay, so instead of that one, what I will do? CLC console log my car. So what we are doing, we are fetching an object with directly, so that is why it is not coming. So just I want to print the car details. So let's see the still as an error. Okay, what mistake we have done? So I am calling car here, but here it is a car is there. So here what I will do, I will change the car name as well. See here, the car name is Audi. Here is 2020. If you want to show output here, how to do? So document dot get element by ID of demo dot inner HTML equals to, I will add some text. The car name is plus, what is that one? So my car dot name and plus the car manufacturing year. If spelling mistake, sorry. My car dot year, save it, run it. See, the car name is Audi. The car manufacturing year is 2022. So this is how it is going to be works. Okay, so that is the what you can say, the class and the object. So here we got to know class methods are created with the same syntax object method. Using the keyword class, create a class. Always add a constructor method and add a number method. So this is how it is going to be for the classes. And what is the inheritance? So inheritance is nothing but we are taking the properties from the one call to the other. So here what happens? So I don't want to go in the deeper. So car constructor I have created. This is the brand. So this dot car name equal to brand, and get car name equal to return this dot car name. So how to get this one? So then set car name equal to x. This dot car name equal to x. Okay. So what is the x? We are going to be pass the value Ford. That Ford is going to be assigned to here. So let my car equal to new car 4. My car is an object. Car name is a what is this one? This is the property name and a value. Sorry, Volvo. So here what happens? Let my car and the car where it is going to be. So directly it is going for the constructor class. This one. So then the car Ford will be replaced here. The Ford is assigned to here. That is the car name. So but same thing we are doing the assigning the one more value. So that is the Volvo. So car name get means so get the car name. Set means set the car name. So only get set means setting it, getting the value. That's it. Okay. So next is a static. The static methods is the method defines the member of an object but accessible directly from the API object constructor rather from the object instance created by a constructor. Okay, so here what happened? The static methods will come. Okay, so static methods in the sense you cannot access by the direct creating the object's name. So by creating an object's name, so you are going to be called the what you can say direct API. See here to access the object name. So how you are going the my car name and property name. But here the car the hello is there. Hello is a one more static method. There we are calling the my car. Okay. So if you just have a static method area because we are not using a much static API and static methods means they are not called by the normal object. It is called by the API object constructor. That's it. Okay, so now this is okay. Just what is important in this one means so what is a class and how the class is created, how the constructor is called. So here the class is created, constructor is defined, the actual constructor is called here, and by using that constructor object, so we are going to be access a object name and a property name. So got it. So this is how we are using the what you can say JavaScript classes. The next important thing is the async. So this is very important. So these are all the universal standard. So you should know everything. So what is a JavaScript async or a JavaScript callback? Okay. So first one is a JavaScript callback. What is a callback? Okay. So let's say I want to take one example. A callback is a function passed as an argument to another function, or else this techniques allow your functions to call another function. So what is a callback? So here, what happened here? So JavaScript callback. Create a open existing. Okay. So there are two functions there. The function is what? So let's say uh, something called a mobile calling is a one function is rating. Okay, you are running one function, and here in this function only one more function we are calling a text message. Okay, so what is a callback? A callback is a function passed as an argument to another function. So I am calling and internally I am passing a one more message, text message. So calling is the one activity, text messaging one activity. This technique allows the functions to call another function. We are doing right, we are doing at the phone, and meanwhile we are texting a message. So that is a one thing. So a callback function can run after another function has finished. But you're feeling like that everything is happening, same thing, but two threads are running. But in JavaScript, what happens? So one task is running at one time and finishing, it is going for the next task. But you feel like that, okay, both the task is happened at the same time. Okay, so let going to be creator one example you will get to know. I want to create a one function here. So let close this one or else I will go here. I will create a one more script tag. Sorry, script. Okay. So I want to JavaScript functions. Okay, function segments. The first what I want to do, I want to create a function. The function my first function open close brace. Okay. So what is this one? Something my display. I will take a one example and I will take a welcome to something welcome I will take. So this is a my function one and I want to create a one more function, my second function open close brace. So my displayer is a welcome, sorry, welcome. This is a second function. Okay, so this is a welcome. This is a first function. Okay, so these are the two functions are there. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to call the function. This is the second function, this is the first function. So here, what I will do, I will call the my first function. So this is called a function calling. See, this is called a function calling and this is called a function defining. So my first function, my second function. Okay, save it, run it. Okay, so here, if you go here, so my displayer is I am not defined. So where to display? So my displayer I need to. So I am calling a my display function. So I did not call the somewhere here. So for that I want to go here. So document. Sorry, document dot get element by id of demo dot inner HTML equals to. So what we are going to be pass here. So I want to pass the my displayer function value. So functional directly we can pass the function or else we can pass the value as well. So where is the value? So I want to create a function name. What is that function name? The function name is a my displayer. So what is this one? My display. Okay, so I want to passing the some value. So that is a x. Okay, so this is how I want to call. So then open close brace. So that I want to cut it here and pass that x. Save it. So here what happens? Your program. Okay, let's see the output. Okay, welcome. This is the second function. Okay, so this is the first function. What is happening for the first function? So it is going to be called the first function and it is passing the x and it is going to be called the second function. So that is the latest one. So then it is calling for the my display function. So where is the my display function? Okay, first we'll understand. First it will come and it will not go for anywhere. First it is going for the function calling. So this is called a function defining, and this is also function defining, and this is also function defining. Where is the function calling? So here is the function calling. My first function it is called, and it is going to be execute this one. Immediately it is going to be called one more function, that is a displayer. So welcome to this second function. So here in the second function, internally it will call one more function, my displayer. Where is the my displayer? Here I use a my displayer. The x will be passed. What is the x? So the value is coming from, this is the welcome to function, no? That is, it is replaced with the x. So then document.getDemo in HTML x. So what is the x? The x value which is passed in the here. So just I want to comment this one. You will see here. Save it, run it. Welcome to first function. So why? Because so it is uncommented. So what if I make it as this is the first function? So I will cut it. I will add here. Save it, run it. Save. Welcome to first function. Again I want to reload. See, welcome to first function. So what is happening? The first here it is calling the what I'm going to tell here. Always the program will be executed line by line. So it is going to be first my second function. Then it is calling the internal one more function my displayer. Here it is a my displayer. The value is passed here. That value is coming here. Document.get element by id demo inner HTML x. What is the x contained now? So welcome to, this is the second function. So like that. So the recent one is a my first program. So that value is coming up in the place of my displayer. In the, that x is replaced with the my first function. So then which is assigned to demo. Where is the demo? So demo is defined here. So that is why it is printing the sequence. So what we got to know is always the program will be executed line by line. Okay, so this is called a what we can say execution flow of a program. Okay, so this is called a what execution flow. So that is what is a callback in the sense. See here, I am calling this function one. Internally, it is calling a one more function. So what is happening? So here I am calling the one function. So what is that function name? That function name is a my first program. So what is that one? Okay, my first function. First function. Okay, so this is my function. So internally, I am calling the one more function. So that is a display area. So here I calling here. Okay, we'll understand. We'll understand deeply here. We'll delete all those things. Delete, delete. Okay, so I have a function. Okay, so here I have a one function called a my first program. So that is a my first program. So there is a function one. So inside of function one, we are having the one more function called the my display function. Okay, so the my display function is here. So my display function is here. So that is I am calling here. What is that function name? My display function. So this is the function one. This is the function two. Okay, who is calling? So here it is the caller is here. I will take one more. So this function, who is calling and what it is calling? Okay, so he is calling the my first program. Okay, so that is a here and here. I will take a one more arrow mark here. So from here to here, the function he is calling the my first program. But internally, what is happening here? We are calling the one more, that is a function. So that is called a my displayer. Okay. So here what happens? I am calling a my first program. Internally, this is calling a my display function. So that is called a callback. So calling function within a function is called a, a callback function. Okay, so I will give one example, a realistic example. So I am telling Akshay is to bring a one material, and Akshay is telling Bakar to bring that material. So I am telling the do task, and internally he is telling the one that task to someone. So this is one type of a callback. So I can't go directly to him. I am going to be asked Akshay from Akshay to Bakar. Okay, so this is how. Okay, so this is how the callback will become. The next is the asynchronous JavaScript. So what is a callback? The callback is a one thing. We are calling the function. Internally, it is calling the one more function. So I am waiting for the last functions to complete the output. So this is called a callback. The next is the asynchronous. What is asynchronous? If you just go for here, asynchronous. So just if I search here, what does asynchronous means? More specifically, asynchronous describes the relationship between the two or more clients or objects that are interacting with the same system but do not occur the predetermined intervals and do not necessarily rely on each other existing function. Okay, a function running in a parallel with the other functions are called asynchronous. Simple. So the function running in the parallel with the other functions. Let's say, what is an example? I am speaking, okay, I am taking a session. Meanwhile, I am searching for a something images. So two activities I am doing. So that is asynchronous. But I can't do say two at a time. But it feels like that two at a time. But in the programmatically, so it's difficult. So how it is? So it is going to be finish a one task by another task. Okay. So let's say I will create a one example set timer function. So that is a best example for what we can say asynchronous. So here what I want to do, I will go here. I want to take a one more script tag. Okay. Sorry. I'm creating inside a script. So script. Then close this. The first what I will do. Uh, I want to create a one function. So what is that one? Function. So calculator CALC I will create open close brace. So here what happens? Uh, I will pass the parameters. So what is the parameter I want to pass? So num1 and the num2. Okay, and I will call one callback function. My call. Okay. So here what happens here? So I will create a one more third party variable. Let sum equals to one variable equals to num1 and plus num2. Okay, so this is my value. So the addition of two number is stored into sum. Then that sum is going to be passed as the power, argument for the my call. So my call is a function. So that in that function, I want to pass the sum as a value. Okay, so this is a one function. See, this is only defining as happen. Function calling is a different one. So what I will do, I will call where I have to call the function. So I want to call sorry, cal, sorry, my cal is my function. sorry, copy my calculate, sorry, calc is my function. I want to pass the two parameters 20, 10, and what is the third one more parameter, my display. I will call up one more internal function, displayer I will call. Okay, my displayer is a function name. So here what happens, so I am calling this function, then it is passing a here, then it is adding a two number, so that that sum is added to my call. So my call internally it's the my displayer. So here I want to call the my displayer function here. The function my displayer, open close brace, open close brace. So I think I can pass as an x. So now I want to pass the uh, result output. Where to print? So document dot get element by id of uh, I think demo2 dot inner HTML equals to what is the value? So that is the x I want to pass here. So here I want to take a h2 hasher demo2, save it, run it, will go here. Okay, so cannot set up, so we might, because we are humans, we will do mistakes. So cannot set up properties of null. If any error, if output is not coming, so we need to see the console. Okay, if I run means it is not running. So at 20 it is coming. What is the 20? Okay, how it is happening here? So once it is coming for the program, it is calling the calculator function. Okay, so calculator function is there. That calculator it is going to be displayed the value. So 10 comma 10. So this is the calculator function. Num1 is replaced with the 10. Num2 is replaced with the 10. So 10 10 is there. My displayer is the my callback function. Okay. So then I taken one some variable. Num1 is 10. Num2 is 20. 10 10 is 20. The 20 is passed here. Again the call will become. It is calling the my displayer. So what is the value? The sum. The sum is passed here as a x. So the sum means not a string value, it is containing the addition of a two number value. So this is the sum is a variable, it is replaced with a value. Here also x is a variable, it is replaced with a 10. What's that? Where is the 10? It is the number 1, number 2 is added. No, that value is coming here. So that value is passed to my displayer. So the now x is a 10. So that at 10 is a displaying here. Okay, so this is the one example for a what you can say displaying the output. So we want to call a asynchronous call function. So what is the asynchronous call function? So this callback we studied here also, that we studied here. So asynchronous, what is an asynchronous? I want to show one example. I will create a set, okay, let comment for a while. I want to take up one more example, that is a script, open close brace. So first what I want to do, I want to call a one function. What is the function? Display, sorry. So I want to create a function that, so display my function, open close brace. Okay, so this is how. And how to print document dot get element by id of demo inner HTML. So what is the value? We will print that. Okay, something called a welcome to welcome to my function, something like that. Okay, so this is a string I want to print. Okay, so now what happens here? I want to call this function. Okay, where I have to call? I am going for one more inbuilt uh, function. This is a set timeout is a inbuilt JavaScript function I want to call. What is the function name? So display my function is a my function name. So there is one more parameter will come. So that is a 3000 millisecond. Okay. So once it is running, what I will do? So demo is there. Demo 4 I will do, and I will add one HR tag. So HR tag is for what? Sorry, HR tag and H1 hash demo 3. Save it, run it. We'll wait for a 3000 millisecond. It has to be print the output. If not print the output, so we need to show here. So cannot set the properties of a null. What is the mistake we have done? Welcome to, yeah, here it is a string is there. So everything is correct. Welcome to my function is there. Okay. Set timeout. This is the function. My display function document.getResult demo 4 is there. I am assigning a demo 3 here. So demo 4. Save it. Run it. We'll wait for some time. See here. If I welcome to my function. So it is coming after some specific amount of a time. Immediately it is not coming after 3 milliseconds. If you want a more time, so there is that. So here what happens? Once a program is called, it is going to be called the set timeout function. In the set timeout, it is going to be called the my function after a 3000 millisecond. Okay. So here, so then it is coming a display my function document.get to demo for interesting welcome to my function. So what if I go for a more time 9000 milliseconds, save it. It is going to be wait for a 9000 milliseconds. See, it has to become output by the time. So it is we have given a 9000 millisecond. So it is going to be print now. So this is how. So this is called an asynchronous. So it is going to be wait for some specific amount of a time. Then it is going for the what you can say printing the value. So here what happens if it is calling the two functions. So it is waiting for 9000 millisecond and it is printing the two actions performing there within, but it is performed one after another. But we feel like that it is running the immediately. If I give us something called a see 1000 milliseconds, see it, you feel like that okay, it is running simultaneously. Okay, when the run it is running. Indirectly, it is waited for 1000 milliseconds. If you go for the 4000, you will understand. So what I want to be explained. So whenever the program is executing, so that is waiting for us so some specific amount. So that's why. So the functions running in the parallel, either the functions are called asynchronously. Asynchronous. Okay, so I will finish later. So here what happens, you have a number of tasks, it is going to be complete and it is coming back. So this is how it is going to be work. Okay, so that is called a my displayer is a function. So we got to the callback function and a my displayer function and how the asynchronous will be called. So that is a one thing. The next is the JavaScript promises. Okay, so there are two things will come. One is a producer code, one is a consumer code. Okay, what is a producer code? So JavaScript is a promises means what? So just remember there is a Coco game. So what is the Coco game you do done? So in the Coco game, so there are a what we can see. This is an example. What is a promising? Why big images? Let's say this image you can imagine. Let's say this guy is there. Okay, this guy is there. He is a producer code, remaining are a consumer code. So producer code is producing and the consumer code has to be wait until you go to him. What I want to tell, so there are two codes are there. There is a producer code and consumer code. If you go here, JavaScript callback promises. So JavaScript promises object contains both the producing code and a consuming code. So producing code it is a producing and a consumer code is a consuming. So that is called a callback. So why we need in the sense? See, example, if you open for the book my show application. So here what happens here? He wants to book the ticket. What if he is having a let's say there is a back loop. Okay, I want to book this movie ticket. So here what happens? So I am booking some tickets and everything. So I have ticked two tickets. So there for that two tickets has to be allotted for a some specific amount of a time. So I am also kicking, and one more guy is kicking at the same time, and the two persons cannot book the same ticket, right? So that's why. So here, what happens when completing a one code, it has to be wait for a some specific amount of a time. So there, it is same thing. JavaScript producing code. JavaScript promises example. To demonstrate the use of, we will use the callback example for the previous chapter. So here what happens? Here it is a one function. Set timeout is a my function. So this is the one code and this is a one more code. So this my function is called in the set function method. So it is waiting for this is the producer code and this is the consumer code. Okay, so here we have different, right? So this is the producer code. Why? So he is a something called a producer code. So producer code is the one he is going to produce. What is producer or something? He is not giving anything, but he is calling a function. So this is the consumer code. What he is going to be consumed? So he wants to print the output. So this is the producer code and this is the consumer code. So we are not just calling, but just I'm giving. So one function is depending on another function. So we cannot run the my displayer function until it completes this execution. So that's why the producer code has to be produced. Then it is going for the consumer. Same an example. If you go for a Coco, until and unless he didn't say code to this guy, he can't run. So he is act like a set timeout function. He is act like a my function. So why we are telling this one? So this is the process. If he, what if happens if he didn't say code to him? If he is running this, what is the use? Everybody will run. So to keep the proper flow, so if this guy is saying the code, then he is going to running, or else he has to be sick. So this is the producing code and this is the consuming code. So here the set timeout is the producer code. He is just something. So uh, he cannot run without giving a code to this one. And my displayer function is not be run until it is a this function will be executed. So here it is a timeout function is there, or else some other function will be there. He wants to fetch the API details, and after that it has to be called. So different scenario. But set timeout is a one inbuilt function, so it is taking the some time intervals. So that's why we given an example. So this is called a consumer and a producer uh, JavaScript promises. So what is the JavaScript promises? So a promise is the producing code that can take us some time and consuming code that must wait for the result. So promise is a JavaScript object that provides a producing code and the consuming code. Okay. So for theoretical part and all, you just go through this content, how it is calling and everything. Okay. So then async and await. So throughout your life, async and await you are going to be deal with. Async means async and await. It is simply allow you to write a promise based code as it is if asynchronous, and it checks that we are not breaking the execution thread. Okay, simple example is here. Okay, await async and unawait. So here the my display function is there. Okay, and a promise is in there. So await. So here what happens? The my promise is await. Okay, so here what happens to complete the task? What is the writing the file? So this is the my display. I will directly copy paste and execute. Copy. I will create a one more file that is a index22.html and a control V. Sorry, doc, and I want to create a script. Control V. Okay. So my car.html is there. So first we will get a display. Okay. Let comment for this one. Okay. So here what happens? So once it will come for the where it is, which is going for the my display function, because this is a self calling. See, this is the function. My display is a function defining. The actual function is happening here. For the my display, it is coming here. My promises, the new promise, my function resolve. So resolve. So dot document dot my promise. Okay, where is the my promise here? The my promise it is calling the here. So my promise you promise function resolve request XML strip is request dot open get my car dot HTML. So my car dot HTML is not there. So what I will do? I will add a index2 dot HTML. Okay. So on dot request status is 200 response. You don't need to worry. So this is a getting a file. So what is the output? Yeah, because no need to worry. See what happens here. Asynchronous is with the function calling and await with the what you can say executing. Async and await what happens almost the same. So asynchronously it is running. Await is a sense. So async function is waiting to complete the await function. So tomorrow I want to take an example along with an example. I will explain this one.